It's been a while since we took a road trip, so let's talk.
I didn't have time to put on Disturbed.
God, Disturbed is just awful. Get that out of my life.
Indestructible is going to be playing. I'm pulling the... You sing it so well, though.
Yeah. Oh, God. You're probably right about that. How do we get out of here? How do we get out of this place?
I think you go that way.
I don't know.
Are we gonna go out that way?
I don't know. Are you gonna go my way? And I got to know, yeah.
Head southwest on Highway
It says turn
20
right.
west toward Abbott Road.
Let's talk NFL.
What is Melvin Gordon thinking?
You know what? I think here's kind of what I see playing out, right? So we know running backs are undervalued across the board, right, in the NFL.
Yes.
The term that running backs are a dime a dozen pops up a lot. I don't agree with that. We did an episode on the regular hashtag page that kind of chronicled running backs and how still a majority of the league has first or second round picks, right, as their running back. So I have a tendency to disagree with that a little bit. But is this Melvin Gordon trying to get out of an aging team and an aging quarterback who's gonna have to rebuild?
Yes.
Right? LA's on the verge of having to shut it down, right? They've been trying to keep it on life support for a while, just hasn't worked out. So is he, one, trying to get out of there, and two, trying to bypass free agency so it doesn't end up like Tevin Coleman on a one-year, $10 million deal? Yeah.
I would, it could be both of those scenarios. Mm-hmm. Could it not? I mean, he's looking around him, and there is an aging team.
Yeah. Big time.
You gotta look at the quarterback.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. However, the coaching staff is in place to rebuild if need be. How long would the rebuild be? No. Rivers has been there forever, though.
I gotta think he's got maybe a year or two left, but I mean, you're gonna start sliding down the slope here sooner or later, right? So,
but if they thought that he was an integral piece of that team, and in the rebuild, be like, listen, he would be great for a rookie quarterback to come in.
Sure.
Learn. So you could give him your quarterback's money for his contract. So he could stay there and get paid a lot of money, and you're still in LA. Like, what's the problem?
Right.
Maybe he feels like he wants to go to a contender because that's how running backs actually get remembered.
Yeah.
I mean, you start to think about running backs that haven't won the Super Bowl. Barry. And Thurman. We remember Thurman.
Yeah, of course we do.
But if you look, you don't really get remembered unless you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's just the free agent market's so volatile for running backs. I think guys are going to try to avoid it because if they say, listen, I'm not going to show up, then they could say that to a bunch of teams if they were to be a trade target. Like with AB, when he said, no, I'm not going to Buffalo. Well, okay, but then trade's dead. You're not going to come to Buffalo? All right, well, we can't trade you here. They still get a little bit of a choice of team. Plus, he's demanding a contract extension, so he's not going to show up unless he gets a contract extension. And you have to imagine that he's going to want, at the floor, LaShawn McCoy money. McCoy's top 5. I don't think there's any universe where Melvin Gordon's getting $13 million a year, like David Johnson, Todd Gurley, and who's the other one? Johnson, Bell? Todd Gurley, and Bell, Le'Veon Bell.
So if you're looking at it from this respect, Gurley is now hurt. He gets his contract and he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, not even LA wants to pay him the money that he's getting, you know?
Yeah, so Gurley's, the Chargers, we got to say their last names because LA and LA.
I keep saying LA over and over again. It's tough. You just got to say the Chargers.
So the Chargers are going to have to realize, do we make a gamble like the Rams did for Gurley, pay him $13 million in an extension? Do they not want a Le'Veon Bell scenario, which is a detriment to the team?
Yep.
Do they have a system in place that if a replacement came in, like Eckler, who is a formidable backup, could come in. Could this be a ploy? Because he is hurt. Mm-hmm. Something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
It is a girly type situation where he's hurt. He wants his extension now before they realize how hurt he is. Mm-hmm. I'm not coming in. Why? Because I had some meniscus and whatever, some mess with my knee. He's had injuries before. Mm-hmm. So. Yep.
He's only played one full season. He's only got one season over 1,000 yards. One. Mm-hmm.
He also has one season where he never scored.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that not insane? How hard is that to do?
Right. And, I mean, you look at it, and the Chargers' offensive line has not been excellent, right?
Well, when you're starting Chris Hairston.
Right, but you have Phillip Rivers who gets the good looks for you, right? Like, he takes you out of situations that are destined and doomed to fail, or at least tries to, right? So he could check out of stuff. It's not like he's, you're not looking at a situation where you have a quarterback, where he can't make checks. Like, Rivers is making checks all day.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating issue because you look at the teams that could use a running back, right? Houston, I think, is a running back away from being really dangerous. Houston's a great location for him. And Houston didn't make any moves at running back that were going to impact this season. I don't know what they're thinking. Lamar Miller's not the guy. Alfred Blue hasn't been the guy. He hasn't been for years.
Last year of his deal.
He's got to be by now.
Because I think that's what they're waiting for. They're like, listen, we got a nice little running back class coming out next year. We could find one.
So close right now. You can't depend on DeAndre Hopkins being amazing forever.
He's so good.
You can't.
He's such a good wide receiver.
He's phenomenal. He's not a yak guy, right? He's gonna fall.
You gotta have a quarterback to be a yak guy.
Right. Yeah.
That's the unfortunate scenario that he's put in.
I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is a bad quarterback, but
he's not Drew Brees accurate though. That gives you rack yards.
No. If I'm Houston, I'm calling the Chargers about Melvin Gordon. I've got no reason to wait this out.
They don't want him in the same conference.
Okay, question. Would you drop the tag on Clowney and let him go via free agency to get Gordon? If you're Houston. Because that's the money. That's the tie-up right now.
Basically, would you trade Gordon for Clowney?
Yeah, right.
Same money.
Well, I mean, Clowney's making way more, but all things being equal, what would you do? Because the Chargers, they're not going to be able to pay Melvin Gordon much more than they're paying him right now.
Who do the Chargers have opposite of Bosa?
Melvin Ingram. $19 million is cap hit. $19 million.
I'm saying a straight-up trade.
Clowney for Ingram?
No, Clowney for Gordon.
Clowney for Gordon? Jesus.
Can you imagine that defensive front?
Jesus.
In that division?
Bosa, Ingram, and Clowney? Good God. This is your shot, but you're going to lose Melvin Gordon after next season anyway, so...
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the type of move that you make. You're going to make a run, right? That's it. Let's just go. Let's put it on the table. We know we're not going to be able to re-sign him. We're not going to be able to re-sign Gordon as it is. So.
Can you negotiate with a player that's on another team, or is that illegal?
So the way that works is the two teams negotiate, and then the two teams take it to the player, right? So let's say the Texans wanted to give Gordon an extension for 3 years at $10 million each, right? They would say, listen, if we were to make this trade, this is the contract extension we would offer Gordon. You let us know whether that would be, if he would accept that, then we'll accept the deal. So it goes through the teams.
So a lot of those deals are almost like transition tags when they talk about trading guys.
Yep.
So, but the Texans can't talk directly to Gordon.
Exactly. Right. Texans can't talk directly to Gordon. They talk through his team and through the agent. That's the way that goes.
Legally, they can't.
Right.
But they probably do.
They probably do.
The server comes over to give him his food.
Right. Yeah. Hey.
4 for $60?
There's so many backhanded things that happen. Back alley transactions in the NFL. All right. So Houston's a definite possibility. What about Kansas City?
Never.
No?
Can't go to Kansas City.
Why can't he go to Kansas City?
Because you're not going to trade him to a division rival to play against you twice a year.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll buy that.
If you really think he's got nothing in the tank or he's actually hurt, that's the only way that trade is consummated.
Yeah, it was brought up, and really, when you think about it, look at Andy Reid running backs. How many of them have been guys that you know? Right? How many times has he gotten a player that you know? Wasn't Westbrook already there? Or didn't he bring in Westbrook?
Westbrook was really good in the West Coast because he's not a pounder. He's not a banger.
Well, no, what I'm saying is how many guys had he inherited?
Yeah,
He inherited Jamal Charles in Kansas City, but that's it. That's the only guy
got rid
named.
of him.
He tore up his knee, and then he was never the same.
Well, technically, he got rid of him.
Yeah, he did. But that's what I'm saying is Andy Reid running backs, that position seems to be relatively interchangeable.
You
right?
really have to be able to. You have to have a nice little skill set to be able to catch the ball and run the ball. So.
Right. All right, so maybe not there. What about Baltimore?
Whew, you just signed Ingram.
So what?
I'm just saying. I know like everyone's like, well, the Bills are. People were talking about the Bills. The Bills are content with their running back squad. Yeah, but that's when Gordon wasn't available. They're content.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think you still make the call. Because
everyone calls.
Yeah.
All right, what's really going on?
Right.
Lynn with it's interesting. Lynn with McCoy again. If you decide to swap like that, I don't think so. But if that's how you decided to swap, if I had to look around the league where Melvin Gordon would be most, where he would fit the most.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Seattle was mentioned, but I don't think Seattle is the case because you already have Carson. They're relatively happy with him, and you drafted Rashad Penny last year, so I don't think Seattle's a fit. Miami.
That would suck. You got Kenyon
That's a
Drake.
possibility.
Drake that was drafted by a previous regime.
Yeah.
He's your starter.
Yeah. You're not committed there.
All right, let's go. Let's run the gauntlet. See if we can run the gauntlet.
All right.
AFC East.
Yeah.
Michelle, Drake, McCoy.
Yeah. No. No.
Nobody.
Yeah. The only
Except
one,
for Miami.
Yeah, Miami's the only one. Right.
All right. AFC North. You got Hunt and
Yeah. What are you talking about? The Browns?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Hunt and who? Who's a rookie?
He was the counterpart to Michelle at Georgia. Chubb.
All right. So you got Hunt and
Yeah.
Chubb.
So you're done with.
You got Mixon and Bernard.
Yeah. No, you're not doing anything there.
Okay. You got Ingram now and whoever the second.
That's what I mean. Baltimore's
That's a good
still
one.
kind of okay.
In Pittsburgh, you got Connor. So he'll still work out.
They're not going to go to. He's not going to go to Pittsburgh.
He'll still work out.
Yeah.
So now we go to the South.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's got Fournette.
They're not happy.
They're not happy with him. Okay,
so
I understand.
Jacksonville's actually a possibility here.
Yeah, if they are able to swap
Yeah.
Fournette for Gordon.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's a possibility.
So you got Tennessee. Who's got Henry? No, they're not going to do anything. They got Henry and White.
And White.
Yeah, White. No,
James White's not there.
Deion Lewis.
Oh, Deion Lewis. Other Patriots
Patriot.
running back. Whatever.
The Colts got Marlon Mack.
I don't think the Colts are going to. The Colts are really high on Mac.
The Colts have so much money to spend.
Yeah, they do.
Everywhere.
Yeah, they're hemorrhaging money as far as they just haven't been spending it, and their defense is bad. Their offensive line.
And then we already
was
talked
not
about
great.
Houston.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I'm not championing a where they are going to trade him in the division,
Right.
or in the conference even.
Yeah. You just got to look at options. What teams are realistic out there? So in the NFC, so what is out there in the NFC?
You look at the NFC North. They got Aaron Jones in Green Bay.
Yeah.
You got
new
Dalvin
head
Cook.
New head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a possibility. Aaron Jones
Didn't he
has
play
all
up there?
the
Did Gordon
talent
play
in
in
the world.
Nebraska or Wisconsin?
Melvin Gordon went to college, University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Yep. So he has ties up there.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay would be a nice little fit, but they got Aaron Jones. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, Jones. Listen, if Mike McCarthy didn't use him, there's something there. I really like Aaron Jones. I really do. But there's something going on there where they don't really.
Maybe
don't really
LaFleur
trust him.
says that he can use him.
Oh gosh! All right.
That's a nice spot though. But Houston does make the most sense out of the most, because I was just running through teams in my head as well.
Yeah.
I mean, AFC East or NFC East. I mean, you got Elliott and Barkley in one division.
Yeah.
Philly just drafted a guy.
Yep.
And then the Redskins have Geis and Peterson, so they're not going anywhere.
Nope. And they just drafted somebody too.
So,
They just drafted Bryce Love. That one hurt so bad.
Still hurts.
That one hurt. Yeah, there's not many places that you can land a $10 million running back, right? Because that's what Gordon's going to want. He's going to want $10 million a year. So there are teams out there, and that's why you circle back and you do look at what happens to Buffalo. And if Buffalo swaps McCoy for Gordon, because listen,
the rest of the league will punch themselves for it.
Yeah,
That's all it costs.
Right. But if you look at McCoy, let's say every Bills fan is talking that McCoy's going to have a bounce back season, right? Okay, fine. Let's say he does. You're still in the exact same position that you were this season again, where you don't know what's going to happen next year, right? McCoy's a bounce back season. Great. What kind of contract are you going to give him, right? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're in the same position. So as much as everybody wants to see McCoy do well, I mean, you're going to hit the reset button with Gordon. He's going to cost you the same amount of money. And he's 4 or 5 years younger,
Yeah.
Injury history all day. Injury history all day long. But you already have Devin Singletary, so you're already protected a little bit. But he's third round back. How much do you really like him? Because if you bring in Gordon, you're handcuffing Singletary for the next 2 seasons at least. But in Houston, there's nobody to take that job. Nobody at all.
They got rid of Blue.
Yep.
They had Devontae Foreman.
Yep. Who's just had trouble staying healthy too.
Yeah. And then Miller's going to be done.
Yep. I mean, and you look at the type of player that Gordon is versus Miller, they're relatively similar in style, but Miller has just been ineffective. Right? I mean, they signed him off a sample size. On a sample size basis, Lamar Miller, from a statistical standpoint, in an analytic standpoint, Miller was supposed to be a great player. Right? It just hasn't worked out that way. Now, is that Houston's offense? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Bill O'Brien, man, he loves mixing it up.
Got to win to mix it up, man. I know they've had kind of a carousel at quarterback. I get it. But Gordon to the Texans makes them dangerous. But you're going to have to give up Clowney to get him there. Because you don't have the money to do it otherwise.
No, you don't. No. Plus, if you're looking to get him... Well, the reason why... I think you may run into the same problem. Because... The reason why you're not extending or signing Clowney is because edge rushers come out every year that are really good and really productive.
Yep.
Also, you don't want to give him Hopkins or Watson's money.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You're going to have to give Clowney Watson's money.
Yep.
If you trade for Gordon, you're giving him Watson's money.
Right.
So
yep, totally true.
Where do you put the emphasis?
Well, so let's take a look at... So you could theoretically swap Lamar Miller and Melvin Gordon, right? So in theory, because you're not going to keep both of them if you're Houston. You have no reason to do that. Mm-hmm. So Lamar Miller, he has...
Gus Bradley was in Jacksonville, though, just to let you know. Gus Bradley was in Jacksonville, I believe, the time that they were hovering around Fournette.
Mm-hmm.
Just let you know.
Okay.
I mean, I
That's
think
interesting.
Ken Wisenhunt was in... Ken Wisenhunt was in Arizona.
Lamar Miller is on the last year of his deal, $7.2 million. They would only cost him $1 million to trade him. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer. All right. I like Melvin Gordon to the Texans. That's the most logical landing spot. Now the question becomes cap space. Yeah.
If you can extend him just for 2 years, he wouldn't want it. But if that's the best offer that he has?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be take that or show up to camp for $5 million. You take the extension.
We'll give you 2 year, $24 million.
Right. That's yeah, exactly.
And he'll be like, yeah, I'll take it.
Right. Yeah.
Even though it's 2 years, all right.
There's so many check marks against him. You know, there's so many check marks against him.
Yeah.
So no, I agree.